Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marte. I come from Norway and I love makeup, and today I am going to show you some swatches of all my Glam Shop Single Shadows. I currently have 65 here. 9 of the green ones are from the green palette that I depotted, and I also have, I think, 5 pressed glitters. They're spread a little bit around the palette. And then I also have 3 samples that I got with some of my orders. I'm still going to swatch them all. Just be aware that some of them are from the palette, and I will of course leave all the names up here, I think. And I will write whenever it is a single from a palette, I will write it there. So I'm sorry about my voice today. I'm a little bit sick, or quite sick actually. But I still wanted to do this because I have seriously like 40 more singles on their way to me. And I was like, shit, I really have to get these swatches done so I can do another part when those arrive. And I can just leave some photos of my orders up here so you can see all the beautiful singles that I'm still waiting for. I always take photos or screenshots of my orders so I can look at them and be excited. So yeah, then at least you know a little bit about what to expect in my next swatch video. But for now, let's just get the swatches of these beautiful singles done. So I'm not going to say all the names out loud because obviously they are Polish, but as you can see here, I have the 3 first ones, so they're iridescent ones, 2 first, and I'm just going to leave them in the order that I swatched them. So the first one is a turbo pigment, and the other one is actually a ultra pearl. So even though it's not a turbo pigment, they are super sparkly. So as you might have understood by now, they do have some different formulas. So they have the turbo pigments, which are a little bit more flaky in my opinion and more sparkly, but these ultra pearls, they have a little bit more of a, like, I would say an opaque base, but they can still be super sparkly and beautiful as well. So they also have regular shimmers and pearls. I'm not really interested in that, so I've mostly gotten the ultra pearls and the turbo glows. And of course the glitter ones that are turbo plus, so if you don't want any pressed glitters, then be aware of that. The 3 next ones are here. I really like this light, almost purpley matte. They do also have some different matte formulas. One is ultra matte and the other one is just matte, and I've had good experiences with both of them. The second shade here is from the green palette. Just to be completely transparent, I will be going over at least the mattes to make them look a little bit better if they don't swatch perfectly fine the first time. And in the end, when I have filled up my arm with swatches, I will of course show you with a little bit lower lighting and with my flash pointing directly on the shadows. So these 2 are the last ones in the first row. Here you see the nude holo that they have. You'll definitely see the holographicness of the pigment way better when it's in better lighting, but you can still see it here, and you can see how creamy this shadow is. It does have microplastic though, so just look how gorgeous that holo is. So beautiful. So I think I will just do them row by row like this. So here you have them with a little bit of flash pointing on them and with lower lighting, so you can see the shifts and the sparkles a little bit better. So these are some really beautiful pigments, and I'm super excited to have picked up even more of the iridescent ones because they are so beautiful. So here we have the matte light blue. I've used this already in a look. I don't remember. Yeah, it was in my Sagittarius palette and it was amazing. It made the blend look so nice. This one I've heard is a great topper. It is called Virus and it's just like a pink to green glitter. And this one I haven't used yet, but it also looks like a really beautiful shifty turbo pigment. I think it's a turbo. So here we have them. Then here we have another of the glitters. It actually looks super beautiful, so it's not the worst thing that I picked it up. Then it's a gorgeous berry shade, and this one is also super beautiful. Reminds me a bit of Cygnus from Divina. Then we have their warm Holo shade, and you can like see how creamy they are. They're almost like crumbly, but still super, super creamy. And this red one I've used several times and it's just so gorgeous. It's really a true, true red shade. Just look how gorgeous that is. And that was actually it for this row, so I'm going to show you with some different lighting again. Just before I just change the lighting, just see how beautiful the Holo shade is. So here is the second row with the flash from underneath right here. You can really see the sparkles of the glitters and the shifts of the regular shadows. Oh, I'm so amazed by the quality of these. They're so gorgeous. Like, and look at that Holo. It's so cool. The third row starts with these, and as I said earlier, the blues, the single blues from Glam Shop are amazing. I've had no issues with these. It's like the best blues I've ever tried. And this one is very new. It's so beautiful as well. Then we have these gorgeous deeper shades. I haven't used any of these yet because they're so new, but yeah, love them so far. Then we have the last ones for this row. This is another deep red brownish shade. This is a bright corally orange, and this is Vata Cukrova. It's something about cotton candy or something. And it really blew up on my Instagram, and I used that one in a one and done look. It was actually my first one and done look, and it's my most liked photo on Instagram ever. It has over 5,000 likes. It's a really, really gorgeous shade though. It's like such a bright orange to pink, and you'll definitely see it when I change up the lighting a little bit. So here you see these ones. Like, how gorgeous are these? The mattes are so pigmented and the shimmers are so darn sparkly. I'm so happy I tried out this brand because they have become my absolute favorite. Like, of course I love Tammy Tanuka still, but they don't have pressed shadows, so Glam Shop wins. So here we have the next row. We have a few beautiful mattes and a gorgeous purple to blue shimmer. If the swatches look a little bit different now, it's because I had to refilm because the footage was deleted, so that's the reason. But let's just move on to the next shades. Next we have Zorza here, which is one of the most unique shades from them in my opinion. It's a light lavender with a green shift. Then it's the purple Holo that they have. And then it's one of those standard brown to green blue shifts, which is just also awesome. Just look how unique and stunning these are. Here you can see the flakiness of the turbos. But super, super sparkly and beautiful. And this is how my fingers are looking after those swatches. So these are extremely smooth and pigmented and creamy. Here it's the two last of that row. So this is Steroid. I think this is like a little bit different than the others that I have in consistency, or like the formula. It's way more creamier and almost wet feeling. So I wonder if that's like just, if it has to do with the batch, because I saw Alice's Beauty Madness also had a shade like this shade, and it was just as wet and creamy, but it looks gorgeous, and that matte is also super, super pigmented and smooth. Here you have them with different lighting, so you can really see the sparkles. Like, how I just have no words for how beautiful these are. Like, you need to try these, and I rarely say that you need to do. Oops, that was my little puppy. I rarely say that you need to try something, but if you have the same taste as me in eyeshadows, you are going to get your mind blown with these. Here we have the beginning of the next row. Again, absolutely stunning shades. The last one here is Teal, and it's like one of the most beautiful shades, also super, super unique, and I just love all of these. They're so pretty. Just look how sparkly they are. It's so insane. Then the last 4 of this row, this one is Lazur. I've also done a one and done look with that one, which was super popular as well. It's got like a pink rosy base with green shift. You can see it better when I swatch it. Then it's a glitter right here. This one is very new, so I haven't used it yet. And this one, the orange one, is one of the Ultra Pearls, and I used it in my Sagittarius palette. And look. Here you can really see the sparkles and the shifts. Teal is a little bit more intense when you use it with a glitter glue because you can really see the pink shift in it when you do that. So basically all of these can be used as almost like topper shades, but with a glitter glue is definitely the method that I prefer and recommend, because then you really get the shades, colors and shifts to show. Now we're getting closer to the teals, so we have a couple of mattes. So this one, which is the deepest one, called Troll, I have used already in a look. Then we have a couple of new ones, Bahami, Sluggier, and I think it's Origami or Dwalika. I'm probably butchering these names, but I'm just taking it from what I remember the shades to be, so it's probably also maybe not 100% correct. But here you can see the first ones. And here we have Dwalika, the other one was Origami, so you'll see those next to each other. Some amazing mattes, and then it's the sample that I don't know what is. So here we have all of these swatched out, and like how gorgeous is that dirty mustardy greenish shade. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite mattes from them. Just really like that color. As usual, these are super sparkly, and I'm super happy to have picked up this one. It looks like a silvery green one actually, so super beautiful. Here we are starting with the greens. This one is a glitter. Then we have this one, which is a dead-on dupe for Asteria, maybe even more pigmented, or opaque, I guess you could say. And then we have the green holo and a green matte. Like, can you see how pigmented that is? It's insane. And then we have the holo, which is of course beautiful, and the mattes are just amazing in my opinion. Of course I haven't used this one yet, but it seems to be the same formula as the other ones. Wow, here you could really see the shift. Wow, so beautiful. And here to show the sparkles. Wow, look at that shade that is almost the same as Asteria. I think it's called Zigzag or something. Oh, I could stare at this forever. Here we have actually 3 from the green palette. I actually lost this to the ground when I was at home during the holidays, and I was like, if I didn't save it, I would definitely have bought a new palette just for that shade, because it's so beautiful. And then this one is the sample that I don't know what is. So I already showed you some sparkly close-ups of the first ones, but here you can see how sparkly that shimmer from the green palette is. I should definitely swatch the mattes one more time, but you get the idea. On the last row we have these ones, which are from the green palette, so I've already swatched that in the video where I showed the green palette and did a look with it. But here we have them regardless. Here we have the last glitter, and then we have these 2, which are from the green palette again, and then this one, which is a green single shadow. As you can see, the shimmers from the palette, like the two first shimmers here, are not as sparkly as the other ones. They're more regular shimmers. And then we have that yellow green, which is super sparkly again. So those were the last swatches. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful if you are trying to pick out some singles to get in if you're purchasing from Glam Shop. As you could tell from the swatches and of course what I've said about these, they are super sparkly and beautiful. They apply gorgeously and I'm just really happy to have them. They are some of my best singles, and especially like the Turbo Glows are just so unique in my opinion, so I 100% recommend these shadows. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. And remember that I still have a lot of single shadows coming from this brand that I will swatch later, so if you want to get a notification for that, press the notification bell and you will see it once I upload it. But thank you so much for watching. Bye!